Hi, I'm Van, the funeral man. Thanks for joining me today. The question is, should I tell my loved one that they are dying? I know that's hard. I've had that question asked a lot of times. My advice is always yes. There's many different reasons, but there's one primary reason, and I want to give you an example by reading something for you. Former President Ronald Reagan wrote in his diary, "More of Saturday's work, plus a long letter I have to write to Loyal." Now, Loyal was Ronald's father-in-law. He said, "I'm afraid for him. His health is failing badly." There was something else, though, that Reagan was concerned about. His father-in-law was dying as an atheist. So he wrote him a letter, and here's what it said. "Dear Loyal, I hope you'll forgive me for this, but I've been wanting to write you ever since we talked on the phone. I'm aware of the strain you are under and believe with all my heart there is help for that. It was a miracle that a young man of 30 years, without credentials as a scholar or priest, had more impact on the world than all the teachers, scientists, emperors, generals, and admirals who ever lived, all put together. Either he was who he said he was, or he was the greatest faker and charlatan who ever lived. But would a liar and fake suffer the death he was willing to die?" Reagan went on to write John 3:16, urging his father-in-law to trust Jesus Christ. Later, Nancy Reagan, Loyal's daughter, was with him when he was dying, and she reports that her father, in fact, did receive Christ before he died. Now, that's an example of why it's certainly important, I think, to let your loved one know the condition, and most of all, that they're getting ready to stand before the judge of the universe, their creator. I think it's always important to be honest and certainly point them to hope and trust in Jesus Christ. Thanks for listening today. I'm Van, the funeral man, living with hope in life and in death. Hope you'll subscribe to the video. Like it if you like it. Leave a comment. In fact, certainly share it with others. Thanks.